أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
هو النصر لا تسقيه إلا دماء، له الروح تهدى والدماء تسيل. يريدون للعليا سبيلا وهل لها سوى الموت دون المكرمات.
Respected elders and friends, mothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Among the spiritual sicknesses and spiritual diseases in a person, one is hasad, jealousy. Jealousy is defined as tamanni zawale ni'mat al-ghayr, which means that Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala has blessed a person with some of his ni'mats and bounties, blessed him with lots of comfort and luxuries of life, lots of wealth, good health, happy family, everything is going well in his life. These are ni'mats and bounties of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. A jealous person cannot stand that. He cannot bear that. He cannot tolerate it. Why is that person enjoying all those comforts and luxuries of life that I cannot feel in my life? He has a burning desire in his heart that that ni'mat that that person is experiencing should be taken away from him. This is called hasad. If the person has a wish and desire that the person that's enjoying the different comforts and luxuries in life, lots of wealth, lots of good health, family, enjoying so many ni'mats of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, he also wishes and desires it, but he does not wish that that ni'mat that another person is experiencing has been taken away from him. That is called ghibta. That is envying a person. If it is for a worldly issue, it is called ghibta. And if it is for a religious issue, one ni'mat of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala is upon someone, and the person wishes that the ni'mat of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala also comes to me without it being taken away from the next person, and it is on a religious issue, that is called tanafus, where you compete with one another. Now in terms of Shariat, hasad is haram. Jealousy is haram. Ghibta, to envy someone in worldly issues without wishing that the ni'mat be taken away from that person, that is permissible. And to compete with one another in religious issues. Somebody got one deen in ni'mat, and now you also want the deen in ni'mat, but you don't want that person to be deprived. That is called tanafus, and that is competing in religious issues. That is wajib. وَفِي ذَلِكَ فَلْيَتَنَافَسِ الْمُتَنَافِسُونَ. It is in these kind of issues, vying with one another in getting closer to Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, that mu'mineen should do. Hasad is a very bad thing. It is haram, and it is also stated, أَوَّلُ ذَنْبٍ وَقَعَ فِي السَّمَاءِ وَأَوَّلُ ذَنْبٍ وَقَعَ فِي الْأَرْضِ الْحَسَدِ. The first sin that took place in the skies was hasad, and the first sin that took place on the face of this earth was also hasad. Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala created Adam alayhi salatu wasalam and told all the malaika to make sajda before Adam alayhi salam. So Shaitan refused. But what thought came to the mind of Shaitan? That I'm namusul malaika. I made so much of sajda before Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. I made so much of ibadat. And Allah took me out from the ranks of the shayateen and put me in the ranks of the malaika. Whole life of making ibadat of Allah, He is just created the other day, and He is worthy of being prostrated before. I'm more worthy of that. That hasad came to him. Why that ni'mat and bounty of being masjudul malaika is to Adam alayhi salam, why can't I have it? So that hasad came to him, and because of that, Aba was takbar wa kana min al-kafir. He was deprived. This is what hasad makes a person do. Likewise, the first sin that took place on the face of the earth was hasad. Qabil supposed to marry Habil's sister, two sons of Adam alayhi salam, and Habil had to marry Qabil's sister. Now, Qabil's own sister from the same birth, she was more beautiful. So he had hasad on Habil, that how come he's going to get a more beautiful wife? Because of that hasad, see what that led him to actually kill his own brother. Stated at the time of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, there were three groups of people. One were the Yahud. They were regarded to be the Ahl Ilm of the time, the ulama of the time. The ulama, the Maulvis and the Muftis were among the Yahud, the Jews. People wanted to know any religious issue, they go to the Jews. Then they had the Christians, they had an established way of life. And the third were the Mushrikeen of Makkah al-Mukarramah. The Yahud, they had the Torah. They were known as people of knowledge. And because of that, they arrogated themselves, not of pride. And they even used to say, because they were Ahl Ilm, people of knowledge, نحن أبناء الله وأحباؤه. We are the sons of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, and we are most beloved in the sight of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. In the Torah, it was written about the final prophet and messenger coming. All the signs, all the indications of the final prophet and messenger have been mentioned in the Torah. And they really thought that the final messenger is going to come among them. Among the Banu Ishaq, the Jews, the children, and the progeny of the Jews. In the Torah, it was written one sign that when a red star protrudes in the sky, when a red star comes out in the sky, that will be the in time when the final prophet and messenger will be born. When the Jews saw this, they were very, very happy. They conducted an investigation that which woman in Medina Munawwara is about to give birth. Found there was no woman that was close to birth. Many women were pregnant, many women were conceived, but no woman was about to give birth. So if that woman is not here in Medina, where she could be? They conduct investigation in Makkah al-Mukarramah. There was many women that were conceived, no woman was about to give birth. But there was one woman that was about to give birth, Amina, the mother of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. When the Jews heard about this, their whole happiness now changed into disappointment and displeasure. That now the final prophet and messenger is going to be born from the Banu Ismail. Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam had two sons, Ismail and Ishaq. Jews and the Muslims, they are cousins. So Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is from the progeny of Ismail alayhi salam, and the Jews, they were from the progeny of Ishaq alayhi salam. And they thought that Nabi Kareem, the final prophet and messenger, is going to come in the progeny of Ishaq alayhi salam. They were expecting that it would be in the progeny of Ismail alayhi salam. The moment this happened, that hasad and the jealousy came into them. The hasad and jealousy, it is a fire in the heart. It burns away. And the person is never in any peace and happiness and comfort. Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala gives His ni'mats to whoever He wants to give. نحن قسمنا بينهم معيشة في الحياة الدنيا ورفعنا بعضهم فوق بعض درجات ليتخذ بعضهم بعضا سخريا. We distribute our way of life and the means of life to whoever we want to. Some above the others. Some are higher, some are lower. This is the system of the world. Now when Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala gives somebody more, somebody less, and gives in different quantities, we simply have to accept that. When a person has hasad, is actually fighting with Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. And that is why Allah mentioned in the Quran Kareem, أَمْ يَحْسُدُونَ النَّاسَ عَلَى مَا آتَاهُمُ اللَّهُ مِنْ فَضْلِهِ. When Allah has given His fazl to someone, gave somebody wealth, gave somebody health, gave somebody a good life, or different type of ni'mat. In one family, somebody is getting proposed. Another family, somebody having children. Another family, somebody is going for Hajj. Another family, somebody is going for Umrah. Another family, somebody is going for a holiday destination. Another family, a business venture has opened up. Another family, this happened, that happened. We know all the different things happen in life. Now, when somebody hears about this, it starts burning in his heart. Why is that happening to him? So Allah asks us a question, أَمْ يَحْسُدُونَ النَّاسَ عَلَى مَا آتَاهُمُ اللَّهُ مِنْ فَضْلِهِ. When Allah has given His fazl to someone, are you going to make hasad? Who are you fighting with? You're fighting only with Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. That is why Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam warned us. When you do good amal, good deeds, performing salat, making tilawat of the Quran Kareem, making zikr, doing all good deeds. There's a nur of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala generated in the heart through good deeds. Preserve that. And one thing that will eat all that up is hasad. Burning all the time. No sukoon, no chain. That's why Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam mentioned that al-hasad ya'kulul hasanat kama ta'kulun naru al-hatab. Hasad, it eats up all your good deeds. Like how fire eats a dry wood. Burn the dry wood. Finish, complete in ashes. There's no sign of that wood. Likewise, lots of good deeds we do, there's nur in the heart. But after that, the hasad, it actually removes and eliminates the nur of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala in the heart. That is why in one hadith, Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam reported to have mentioned, خَصْلَتَانْ لَا يَجْتَمِعَانْ فِي قَلْبٍ وَاحِدٍ. Two things never gather in one heart. Iman wal hasad. You can't have iman and hasad at the same time in one heart. And if a person, mu'min, got hasad, it means there's a defect in his iman. We hear some of what our akabirin and many elders, pious elders have mentioned about hasad. Very thought-provoking statements. Hazrat Muawiyah radiallahu ta'ala mentioned that لَيْسَ فِي خِصَالِ الشَّرِّ أَعْدَلُ مِنَ الْحَسَدِ فَإِنَّ الْحَسَدِ يَقْتُلُ الْحَاسِدِ قَبْلَ الْمَحْسُودِ. He says that from all evil qualities, there is no evil quality that is more just. Evil quality more just than the evil quality of hasad. Why is that so? Because the hasad, the jealousy, it first kills the jealous person before it can kill the victim of the jealous person. When a person is a hasid, he's burning inside, he himself is being killing himself with a jealousy. Before his jealousy can harm the next person, it's actually harming him. And that is why Muawiyah radiallahu ta'ala mentioned that the hasad, it is a very just evil quality because it first attacks the attacker. Hazrat Muawiyah radiallahu ta'ala also once mentioned that you can never ever make a jealous person happy. Never. Impossible. When a person got hasad deeply entrenched and saturated in the heart, you can never ever make that person happy. Only one thing that will make him happy is zawalu ni'mat al-ghayr. That ni'mat that person got, that comfort in life, that business venture, that professionalism is God, that skill is God, this, that and the other. Everything in life is opening up for him. Now that person is burning away inside, a raging fire within himself. Only thing that's going to make him happy is that the ni'mat of Allah must be taken away from that person. Hazrat Hassan radiallahu anhu mentioned something very beautiful, beautiful advice. Ya ibn Adam, lima tahsud akhak? O son of Adam, why do you have hasad for your brother? فَإِنْ كَانَ الَّذِي لِكَرَامَتِهِ عَلَيْهِ فَلِمَ تَحْسُدُ عَلَى مَنْ أَكْرَمَهُ اللَّهِ. If Allah has given, if the person got some kind of izzat, prominence, influence in community, society, the leader, whatever it is, people are respecting him, people are bowing down before him. If that is because some izzat and good fortune in him, why would you make hasad upon someone which Allah has made ikram of? Allah made it ikram, that's why he's got the influence in community. فَإِنْ كَانَ الْغَيْرَ الَّذِي ذَلِكَ. And if it is besides that, فَلِمَ تَحْسُدُ عَلَى مَنْ مَصِيرَهُ إِلَى النَّارِ. Why you not have hasad for somebody whose consequences is going to go into the fire of hell? So, this is some thought-provoking statement of those people of our akabirin and hasad. Why would a person have hasad? And what is the thing that leads to hasad? Raza bil qada. Person is not content with the decree of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. Allah has given somebody something, you're not happy. You're not happy that on the decision of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. Another reason why a person will have hasad is tabahus. Having bughd, enmity for someone. We may disagree with someone. Enmity is a bad and evil thing. Should never ever come into the heart of the person. But because you got enmity for someone, you just dislike that person. Now, that person is, some ni'mat is being directed to a person. Now, because of that enmity you have, you want to see that ni'mat being taken away from that person. And the third thing, ishtirak fi amalin wahid. People are in the same type of profession. Many of people are in the business profession. Everybody in business. same type of business. Now, one person took out a sale. Now, immediately, you will see, it's a common thing, you call it professional jealousy. The next person you see, same thing he's doing. Or one person is a certain type of a skill and professionalism. Now you see that through his skill and profession, same field, but he is benefiting more than me. What do they think that he is doing that I'm not doing and I'm not benefiting? So he'll start doing the same tactic. Or people could be doing the same type of community services. Now one person is excelling, the other one is not excelling as that much. Now the ishtirak fi amal wahid, being common in the same time of work, that actually also breeds hasad and jealousy. So there's a lot of nuqsanat in this hasad and this jealousy. One is, first and foremost, the most important thing, a jealous person is deprived from the happiness of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. Allah Tabarak is naraz with that person. Now if you got the pleasure of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, you didn't get anybody else's pleasure, you're the most fortunate person. But if you got the whole world's pleasure, you haven't got Allah's pleasure, you are the most unfortunate person. Hasad actually incurs the wrath of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala upon the individual. So if a person is in that, he should make tawbah and istighfar. Second thing, the harm of hasad and jealousy, that person is harming his own self, his own happiness. He's depriving his own self out of happiness. Without that hasad, how happy the person would have been. Now because of hasad and jealousy, his mind and thought are always consumed in the next person's life. You've got so many own things in your own life to do. Your wife, your children, your family, your friends, your associates. So many things of your own life you go do. You're concentrating your whole mind and directing it on somebody else's life. Of what benefit is that? And then sometimes you'll end up doing such things that are beyond the comprehension of a normal mind. Very quickly, I'll just give you all one incident. At the time of Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullahi alayhi became a victim of jealousy. Many akabir, pious people, the more Allah's ni'mat is upon someone, the more that person becomes a victim of jealousy. Imam Bukhari became a victim of jealousy. Imam Abu Hanifa became a victim of jealousy. So one of the hasidin, the jealous people of Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullahi alayhi, one night they got hold of one widow. So they told to her, she was staying alone. They told to her, you are suffering, you have no money, etc. We'll give you some money, but we just want you to do one thing. See that person there? Imam Abu Hanifa, Nu'man ibn Thabit. When he's walking past your house at night, then you must call him in your house. So Imam Abu Hanifa, he went in the house thinking that probably there could be some men folk there, but the jealous people were hiding inside the house. The moment Imam Abu Hanifa entered there, the jealous people came out. In the house of a widow, you claiming to a big imam, and you here in this house? What are you doing? So immediately they took him, he and the widow, and they complained, and they locked him out in prison. Told the Hakim and Waqt of that time, that this is a case. Such a great imam, and this is an accusation against him. So they imprisoned both of them. Imam Hanifa was a person of great understanding, great wisdom, insight and foresight. He's in prison, both of them locked up in a same cell, completely dark. He was in a state of wudu, that's what the Ahlullah are. When they were put into situation and hardship, immediately he took the musalla, he started engaging in salah. Now that woman is there, she's thinking, I made the accusation against this person, I became the means of this person, such a naked and pious person. Allah put it into her heart. So she then told Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullahi that this was the entire plan. She revealed everything. So she then told, Imam Abu Hanifa then told to her, if you are regretting what you have done and you're making tawbah, then go to the door of the prison cell. That was the zaman of Khairul Qurun. Go tell those people that look, there's a lot of work for you to do at home, and you just want to go home a little while, you've got children, you've got somebody to attend to, you'll come back to your prison, allow you to go. That was the procedure of that time. They should make special consideration for women. And then when you're successful in that, go directly to my house and tell my wife what happened. So, that woman went, she was successful, the guard escorted, and she went direct to the house of Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullahi. She told Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullahi's wife everything what happened. Now, the guards were waiting for her to come out of the house. She took her burqa and she gave it to the wife of Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullahi. Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullahi's wife came out. She told the guards, now, I'm back now, take me back to your cell. She went in back in the cell. The following day when they woke, the case came up, the jealous people started saying, today we're going to fix Imam Abu Hanifa up. He's claiming to be a person of so much of knowledge, we'll put him in his place. Standing in front of the judge addressed Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullahi, oh Nu'man, what have you done? People have found you with a strange woman. Say, yes, I was with a woman. There she. So you do a thing like this? You say, well, there's my father-in-law. Tell him to open up the face and see who's there. So Imam Hanifa rahmatullah, his father-in-law opened up the face and said, no, this is my daughter. I remember that I had her married to Imam Hanifa in the masjid. So everybody then realized, sometimes when a person is hasad, got jealousy, he will do such things that is beyond the comprehension of a person. So the ilaj. How do you overcome this hasad and jealousy? First thing, ta'awuz. Seek refuge in Allah tabarak wa ta'ala. We know weakness and shortcoming. Make dua to Allah tabarak wa ta'ala. Allah, this hasad has come to me. Sometimes naturally it just comes. Allah, I've got this weakness in me. Give me the tawfiq, hidayah to make tawbah from this. I want to get out of it. There's one statement that comes to my mind, but I won't translate it. And it is mentioned that Lawla hasadul ulama lasaru manazil ul anbiya. Anyway, it is stated, make ta'awuz, make istighfar, ask Allah tabarak wa ta'ala to take it out of you. The second thing mentioned that if a person got hasad, never practice on the dictate of that hasad. Whatever is the dictate of the hasad, because of the hasad, you'll have enmity for the person. Now fight it and do against it. When you got enmity for that person, because of the hasad, become more friendly to the person. If you got because of the hasad, now the person that is your victim, you want to show pride and arrogance in front of him, humble yourself before him. Now the thought comes to your mind that the person must be deprived of the ni'mat of Allah, you yourself go bless him with something, take hadiah and gift. And one very effective way of removing this hasad and jealousy is, you yourself make dua to Allah tabarak wa ta'ala. Oh Allah, you bless that person with all those ni'mats and bounties. My weakness, I can't tolerate it, but Allah bless him even more. Make dua for 2 or 3 days like that, and you'll see that whole bimari of hasad will come out. Because now you are, so what's the point of you burning inside when you yourself asking Allah, oh Allah, bless that person. So therefore, very important for us that in order to maintain our ruhaniyat, our spirituality, we look after ourselves and get closer to Allah tabarak wa ta'ala. Allah give us tawfiq. Wa akhir da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.